All right, guys, today I'm over here at my dad's house. He doesn't have a water softener at this house, so the project today is to put one right here. So it's kind of nice because it's set up. It had one previously, and he decided he didn't want it, but I think they're kind of necessary out here. So this is set up nicely. I have the ingoing water right here, and then this is the out. And this is going to the house, and this is from the source, and it's before the water heater. So if you're ever going to put one of these in, that's what you're going to have to find out. You got to find out where the water's coming. You're going to have to put the water softener or filters, whatever you're going to have in mind, before the water heater. And that way your whole house is on the system. Now I'm going to do a quick test on the existing water. I have some test strips. I just want to show you the hardness of this water here, and then I'm going to do a before and after and show the process of putting it in. We're in my dad's house. We're at the kitchen. Here's your water hardness test strips. Now here's the colors. Here's your range. So your brown is a 0. When you get up here into the reds, you're about 425. That's hard. So you want to be down here in the browns. You get into a red, you got a problem. But you can see it starts at about a 0. Now we're gonna put a little water on this like so, and we're gonna let it set, and we're gonna see how high it goes. So it looks like we're right around this range here. We're probably at a 250, I would say. So that's very hard. Now we're gonna go install the water softener and then see where we're at. Start the procedure. I'm gonna level this up. I gotta put another couple stepping stones here. I need a flat spot to set these tanks. So you got this tank right here. This is a 48,000 grainer, which is enough for 2 people. It's good up to 4 people in a household, but there's only 2 here once in a while, so this will be more than enough. Here's what it can do. You're gonna get softer skin in here, reduce scale buildup, and extend your appliance life, which is crucial. So that's your fridge with your water, water and ice, and also what else? Your dishwasher, your washing machine, and it reduces all the scale buildup on your showers, just everything, all your faucets. So this will keep the whole system a lot cleaner. That's the idea of these. I have one at my house and it works great. So that's a 48,000. I have the 64,000, but I mean it does the trick. Like I can do the test strip at my house and I'm right at 0 now. And I was off the chart. So my plan for this setup, this house doesn't have a pressure regulator from the street. This is on basically city water, county water, no pressure regulator. So it's running at about 90 psi. It's too much pressure. So I've got a pressure regulator, and it's factory set at 50 psi. I'm going to put in here. The question is I have one hose spigot I want to add here too, and I have a hose spigot down here that won't be affected by the system. I have another one at the garage back here that won't be affected by the soft water. So I'm thinking here I'm going to put a spigot that'll be after the so it'll be soft water, so it'll be after the system. That way if I want to rinse a car, a boat, whatever it might be, or windows, I won't leave the heavy water spots. So I'm gonna do the spigot after. We can always cut and adapt other things before the system if we need to in the future. But we do have electric because this does require electric to run this. So we have it right here, so that's good. A little crawl hole access right here that I'm gonna open it up. I want to take a look just to make sure. Looks like I need a screwdriver for that. So basically I want to open this up because I want to see if I make sure that I have the right line, the ingoing flow water. That's where I want to verify that. Also, I wanted to check to see if I wanted to put the regulator, the pressure regulator, on the underneath. But I determined I will put it on the outside for future inspections. And then here's what we got. We got 2 boxes here. The brine tank box comes with, it comes with your bypass valve. It comes with a couple hoses, some extra rubber O-rings, just some little trinkets like that. The two hoses, one is for the when it flushes the system. The other hose goes to the brine tank itself, connect the two units together. So we got a pre-filter here. This gets your copper zinc infused outer layer. Excellent dirt holding capacity, 100,000 gallon capacity. Is that 1 inch? I believe it is. So this is all 1 inch. We've got 1 inchers here, 1 inch nipples. And then we also have a 1 inch to 3/4, which is nice because we're gonna do that. Well, because we got 3/4 here, so we're gonna use the 3/4 or the 1 inch to 3/4 nipples to adapt this unit. Also, what else do we got here? I really haven't looked at the directions, but this is the bracket that this is going to hang on. This looks like it just sits like this. See the holes right here? They line up, and this screws into the house. Boom, now you have that hanging on there. Should go like that. Okay, here's your in. So this should be a pre-filter. I have the same system, but I do have a 2-filter system. This one, the filters just keep getting better and better. Like this filter does multiple things, whereas where my system, I have 2 filters. They do each individual things. But here's how you have to set it. It's showing you don't set it unlevel. So you got to put it in level. It's kind of self-explanatory though, really. It's so simple though. Here we go. We got some stepping stones here. This whole system is about $550 at Home Depot. And I had it delivered, right to the doorstep, free. I did have to buy a few PVC adapter pieces, but very minimal. And I had to buy a little bit of glue and some primer. Really simple process here. So I'm leveling up these stepping stones to start with. I'm going to put the resin tank on one of them, and then I'm going to put the brine tank on the other. See, I've got the holes on the brine tank facing towards the resin tank, because you're going to have a hose that goes in there in a minute here. And we got to screw the attachment to the top of the resin tank. Then we're going to attach the bypass valve. And there's little O-rings that are already on there. Even though the directions say to put them in, they're already in place. All the O-rings. So you have a whole set of O-rings for every fitting, basically. There's even O-rings on this filter. So my lines were 3/4 inch, and this system comes with 2 different nipples. It has 1 inch nipples or 3/4 to 1 inch nipples. So we're gonna go with the 3/4. The filter's an actual 1 inch, so we'll thread the 1 inch in, and then outgoing male nipple out of that filter will be a 3/4, because we have 3/4. Everything else is 3/4, so we had to reduce down, in other words. I did have to buy those hoses, those flex hoses. Those are stainless steel. Right here, water in to the house. So I just rerouted this bypass they had, put it over here to a filtration, and then took it out of the filtration, right back to the softener, and then out of the softener to the house. This is the pressure regulator, which goes, I think, from 45 to 65, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's adjustable. But it had a union on one side, but I want one that has unions on both sides, so I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to actually refund it. So I'm going to go back and find me one that has a union on both sides. That way I can pull it out really quickly when I want to, if I have to replace it in the future or whatever. So this one, single union side, worthless for me. So that's going back. This filter right here, when you do want to change it, what you do is you just shut the valve off, release the pressure by pressing this red button. Then you can just easily unscrew this, change the filter. They're good for about a year. So when you get it all set up, everything's on. Right now I had it all hooked up, and then I decided, you know what, I need a spigot on this water soft side for future. Also for cleaning it, for the primer on this, because it goes through a mode. Once we get it all set up, it's going to go through a little system here where it's flushing the water through the resin and it's binding with the resin. And then it's going to flush out some water. It's about an hour process at this thing. It's automatically by default set up to do that as soon as you plug it in. You just have to press a couple buttons. Also, default, it's designed to flush every 1,000 gallons that go through it. And it has a display on it. You know, you have to set the time on it and the date. That's about it, really. And then you just go through the entire checklist and you leave everything at default setting. The only thing you have to change, really, is the time of day. Time of day and date. That's about it. So basically what we're doing now is we're just draining. We're filling this tank up. No water is entering the house at this time. It's circulating into this, and it's flowing out the drain line. See that? This is allowing the resin to rinse, and it's binding with the resin. Once that's complete, let's see what happens next. Okay, we got 7 minutes of this. And then we're gonna go to a brine draw. That's 20 to 30 minutes, 60 minutes totally. 60-minute total. And after that's completed, you'll see the tank to fill halfway with water. This tank here. Then once that's completed, we open the outlet to the house. So far, all we've opened is the inlet side of the bypass valve. This is the outlet to the house. So we can't open that until it's went through its 60-minute process. Once it does that 60-minute process, when we open the outlet, as soon as we open the outlet side right here, the outlet side, the bypass valve, as soon as we open that, we need to open this spigot right here, because this is going to drain all the salt water and whatever in there that we don't want to go into the house. We'll let it drain for a little bit and then shut this off, and then we're good. And now we should have full pressure to the house. System is complete. Now we need to test the water, see if it changed. All right, the moment of truth. Here's the test strip. Put the water on there for 2 seconds. Shake it. See what we got. Well, that's a huge difference from the last time we did this. But look at this. Look at the results. What a difference. I went from red and almost off the chart on the reading of this to 0. The last time we did this, you can see it matches right there at 0. When we did it before, we were right around here in this area. Now we're over here. So that is working, isn't it? These things, from what I've heard from some local plumbers in the area, that this particular unit is the best one that they've installed and used as far as longevity goes and repairs. It'll last, from what I understand, a good 10 years without having to do anything to it. So I'm going to put a link, in the description where you can actually purchase it if you want. I don't have any discount codes or anything like that, but I'll throw it in there just for the convenience of it. Anyway, talk to you later, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.